In 2024, we said goodbye to extraordinary icons who not only dazzled us with their talent, but also stood as pillars of strength and visibility for the LGBTQ+ community. Their contributions shaped the worlds of entertainment, activism, and equality, inspiring generations to live authentically and without fear. These trailblazers broke barriers, changed perceptions, and left indelible marks on history. Though they are no longer with us, their legacies continue to uplift and empower. So, grab your popcorn and join us as we celebrate the lives, stories, and lasting impact of these unforgettable gay icons. Gavin Creel, born on April 9, 1976, in Findlay, Ohio, grew up with a passion for music and theater. From a young age, he was captivated by the magic of storytelling and performance, often participating in school plays and local productions. His talent and drive eventually led him to the University of Michigan, where he graduated with a degree in musical theater. Gavin's vibrant personality and unmistakable voice were destined for the Broadway stage, and it wasn't long before his star began to rise. His breakout moment came in 2002 when he was cast as Jimmy Smith in Thoroughly Modern Millie. His performance earned him his first Tony Award nomination and established him as a rising star in the theater world. Audiences were captivated by his charisma, vocal prowess, and ability to convey genuine emotion through song. Over the next 2 decades, Gavin continued to deliver mesmerizing performances in productions such as Hair, where he played the free-spirited Claude, and Hello, Dolly, in which he shared the stage with theater legend Bette Midler. His portrayal of Cornelius Hackle in Hello, Dolly earned him a Tony Award in 2017, cementing his place as one of Broadway's most beloved performers. Off the stage, Gavin was a passionate advocate for LGBTQ+ rights. As an openly gay man in the entertainment industry, he recognized the importance of visibility and used his platform to support marriage equality and mental health initiatives. He was actively involved in the Trevor Project and frequently spoke about the struggles LGBT+ youth face. Gavin believed in creating a world where everyone could live authentically and without fear. His advocacy extended beyond public appearances. He would often mentor young performers and lend his voice to community efforts aimed at fostering inclusivity and acceptance. Gavin's dedication to living authentically resonated deeply with fans and colleagues alike. He was known for his warmth, kindness, and generosity. Friends described him as someone who radiated positivity and inspired others to embrace their own truth. His life became a beacon of hope for many, demonstrating that it was possible to thrive in both one's career and personal identity. Through his art and activism, Gavin reminded people of the importance of self-acceptance and resilience. Sadly, on September 30, 2024, Gavin's remarkable life came to an untimely end. He passed away at the age of 48 after a battle with melanotic peripheral nerve sheath sarcoma, a rare and aggressive form of cancer. His death sent shockwaves throughout the theater and LGBTQ+ communities, with countless tributes honoring his contributions. Fellow performers, fans, and activists praised his legacy, remembering him not only as an extraordinary talent, but also as a compassionate advocate who made the world a better place. Though his life was tragically short, Gavin Creel's impact will endure. His performances continue to inspire audiences, and his advocacy has left an indelible mark on the fight for equality. His legacy is one of courage, kindness, and the power of living authentically. Earl Holliman, born on September 11, 1928, in Delhi, Louisiana, grew up in a world where conversations around sexuality were shrouded in fear and silence. As a young boy, Earl faced many of the societal pressures common to LGBTQ+ individuals of his generation. The deeply conservative environment of mid-20th century America often left those who identified as gay with few, if any, opportunities to live openly. Yet, despite these challenges, Earl found solace in the arts, eventually discovering a passion for acting that would pave the way to an extraordinary career. Determined to escape the limitations of his small-town upbringing, Earl made his way to Hollywood in the early 1950s. His early years were filled with hard work and perseverance, but his undeniable talent soon caught the attention of industry insiders. By the mid-1950s, Earl had earned critical acclaim for his performances in films such as The Rainmaker, 1956, where he starred alongside Burt Lancaster and Katharine Hepburn. His portrayal of a love-struck ranch hand earned him a Golden Globe Award for Best Supporting Actor, signaling his arrival as a major talent in the film industry. Earl continued to build his career with roles in notable films like The Sons of Katie Elder, 1965, where he shared the screen with John Wayne and Dean Martin. However, it was his work on the television series Policewoman in the 1970s that made him a household name. In the series, Earl played Sergeant Bill Crowley, the loyal and supportive partner to Angie Dickinson's groundbreaking female detective character. The role showcased his charm, strength, and relatability, earning him both critical praise and a devoted fan base. Throughout his career, Earl quietly navigated life as a gay man during a time when coming out publicly could have meant the end of his livelihood. While he never officially came out in a public sense, he lived with quiet dignity and authenticity, offering representation to countless LGBTQ+ individuals who saw him as a figure of hope. Earl's success demonstrated that LGBTQ+ people could thrive in the public eye, even under the weight of societal discrimination. His courage, though understated, resonated deeply with those who understood the challenges he faced. Earl's contributions to Hollywood and the LGBTQ+ community were significant, though often unspoken. In an era when visibility was scarce, he provided a powerful example of perseverance and quiet resilience. Many in the Pride community viewed him as a symbol of strength, proof that it was possible to achieve success without completely erasing one's identity. His presence in film and television helped to chip away at the stigma surrounding LGBTQ+ individuals, paving the way for greater acceptance in the entertainment industry. On November 25, 2024, Earl Holliman passed away at the age of 96. His death marked the end of a remarkable life, but his legacy lives on. Through his body of work and his quiet courage, Earl continues to inspire generations of LGBTQ+ individuals to embrace their dreams despite the obstacles they may face. He will forever be remembered as a trailblazer and a beacon of hope. Billy Beane was born on May 11, 1964, in Santa Ana, California. Growing up, he had a passion for baseball that fueled his dreams of becoming a professional athlete. His natural talent for the sport was evident early on, and he excelled throughout high school and college. After a standout collegiate career at Loyola Marymount University, Billy was drafted by the Detroit Tigers in 1986, marking the beginning of his journey in Major League Baseball, MLB. Billy's professional career saw him playing for teams such as the Detroit Tigers, Los Angeles Dodgers, and San Diego Padres. His versatility on the field and his strong work ethic made him a respected presence in the league. Between 1987 and 1995, Billy competed at the highest level, appearing in hundreds of games and contributing to his teams as a dependable outfielder. However, despite his outward success, Billy was carrying a painful secret. As a closeted gay man in the hyper-masculine world of professional sports, he was forced to live a double life. The pressure of hiding his true self became a heavy burden, affecting both his personal happiness and his performance on the field. In 1995, Billy retired from baseball at just 31 years old, overwhelmed by the challenges of his internal struggle. For years, he remained out of the public eye, grappling with the trauma of years spent concealing his identity. However, in 1999, Billy made the life-changing decision to come out publicly as gay. His announcement was groundbreaking at a time when openly LGBT+ athletes were virtually non-existent in professional sports. His courage to live authentically marked a turning point, breaking barriers and encouraging others in sports to embrace their true selves. Billy's coming out was just the beginning of his journey as an advocate for LGBTQ+ inclusion in athletics. In 2014, Major League Baseball appointed him as its first-ever ambassador for inclusion. In this role, Billy worked tirelessly to make sports more inclusive and safe for LGBTQ+ athletes. He educated players, coaches, and league officials on issues related to diversity and acceptance, promoting a culture of respect and understanding. His work was instrumental in challenging the traditional locker room culture that had long stigmatized LGBTQ+ individuals. In addition to his role as ambassador, Billy was later promoted to Senior Vice President of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion for MLB. His efforts helped pave the way for a new generation of athletes who could compete without fear of prejudice. He became a powerful voice in both sports and the broader LGBTQ+ community, using his story to inspire others to embrace their truth and advocate for change. On August 6, 2024, Billy Beane passed away at the age of 60 after a battle with acute myeloid leukemia. His death was a profound loss for the sports world and the LGBTQ+ community. Tributes poured in from across the globe, honoring his bravery, compassion, and commitment to inclusion. Billy Beane's legacy lives on as a trailblazer who forever changed the landscape of professional sports, proving that authenticity and courage can break even the most entrenched barriers. Troy Masters, born on May 8, 1961, had a passion for storytelling from a young age. Growing up, he was drawn to the power of journalism and its ability to expose truth and foster change. This passion would define his life's work, especially as he became increasingly aware of the importance of representation for marginalized communities. As a gay man, Masters understood firsthand the lack of visibility and support for LGBTQ+ people in the media and set out to change that. Troy's vision for creating inclusive media platforms took shape in the early 1990s when he co-founded Gay City News in New York City. At the time, many mainstream media outlets either ignored or sensationalized LGBTQ+ stories. Masters saw the need for a publication that would center pride issues with dignity and integrity. Under his leadership, Gay City News became a vital resource for the LGBTQ+ community, covering everything from civil rights battles to the AIDS epidemic, arts, culture, and politics. The paper provided a platform for voices that had long been silenced, earning a reputation for fearless, in-depth reporting. Masters didn't stop there. In the mid-2010s, he took his mission to Los Angeles, where he founded the Los Angeles Blade. Once again, he created a space where LGBTQ+ stories could be told with honesty and compassion. The Blade quickly became one of the most respected LGBTQ+ publications in the country, reporting on critical issues like healthcare access, discrimination, and the ongoing fight for equality. Through both publications, Masters not only documented history, but also shaped the conversation around LGBTQ+ rights and representation. Troy Masters was more than just a journalist. He was an advocate who recognized the transformative power of the media. He used his platforms to challenge societal norms, uplift LGBT+ individuals, and foster greater understanding and empathy. His work influenced politicians, activists, and everyday readers alike, reinforcing the idea that representation in media could drive real social change. Masters' publications were instrumental in raising awareness about key issues facing the community, from marriage equality to trans rights and beyond. Beyond his work as a publisher, Masters was known for mentoring young journalists, encouraging them to pursue stories that mattered. His warmth, empathy, and dedication to truth earned him the admiration of colleagues and readers alike. He believed deeply in the power of authentic storytelling to inspire change, and always sought to amplify the voices of those who had been marginalized. On December 11, 2024, Troy Masters passed away at the age of 63. His death was deeply felt across the LGBTQ+ community and the world of journalism. Tributes from colleagues, activists, and public figures highlighted the immense impact of his life's work. Masters left behind a legacy of inclusion, courage, and visibility in media that will continue to inspire future generations. Through his publications, Troy Masters forever changed the landscape of LGBTQ+ journalism. His unwavering commitment to truth and representation ensured that countless stories of hope, resilience, and advocacy were heard, remembered, and celebrated. His legacy lives on in the platforms he built and the countless lives he touched. Sir Lady Java, born on August 14, 1943 in New Orleans, was a trailblazing performer whose courage and talent shattered barriers for transgender entertainers. From a young age, she possessed a magnetic presence, one that would later captivate audiences and make her a legend in the world of entertainment. Growing up in the racially segregated and socially restrictive South, she faced numerous challenges as both a Black transgender woman and an aspiring performer. Yet Sir Lady Java refused to be defined by the limitations of her era and instead used her gifts to rise above them. In the 1960s, she made her way to Los Angeles, where she became a star on the nightclub circuit, performing as a singer, dancer, comedian, and fashion icon. Sir Lady Java dazzled audiences with her versatility and charisma. She performed regularly at iconic venues like the Red Fox Club and the Brass Rail, captivating crowds with her bold self-expression and unapologetic confidence. Her shows were electric, full of glamour, humor, and breathtaking talent. At a time when transgender visibility in entertainment was practically non-existent, Sir Lady Java stood proudly in the spotlight, becoming one of the first openly transgender entertainers to achieve mainstream success. However, her journey was not without obstacles. In 1967, Sir Lady Java encountered a discriminatory law known as Rule No. 9, which prohibited cross-dressing performances in Los Angeles. This law threatened her ability to work and express herself on stage, a direct attack on both her livelihood and her identity. Refusing to back down, Sir Lady Java took a stand. With the support of the American Civil Liberties Union, ACLU, she launched a legal challenge to the rule. Though the law was ultimately not overturned at the time, her fight drew significant attention to the injustice and helped ignite further activism for LGBTQ+ rights. Her courage and defiance laid the foundation for future legal battles that would eventually dismantle similar oppressive laws. Sir Lady Java's activism, combined with her artistry, made her a beacon of hope for countless others. She demonstrated that it was possible to live authentically, even in the face of systemic discrimination. Her fearless pursuit of justice inspired both transgender individuals and broader LGBTQ+ communities to continue fighting for equality. Over the years, she became a symbol of resilience and empowerment, showing that representation in entertainment could be a powerful force for change. Throughout her life, Sir Lady Java continued to advocate for trans rights and equality. She used her platform to uplift others and champion the importance of living one's truth. Many younger performers credited her as a pioneer who made it possible for them to succeed in industries that had historically excluded them. On November 16, 2024, Sir Lady Java passed away at the age of 80. Her death marked the loss of an extraordinary figure, but her legacy lives on. She paved the way for transgender entertainers and activists, leaving an indelible mark on both the entertainment world and the ongoing fight for equality. Sir Lady Java's life was a testament to the power of courage, talent, and authenticity in the face of adversity. Maggie Smith, born on December 28, 1934, in Ilford, England, was one of the greatest actors of her generation. Over a career spanning more than 6 decades, she captivated audiences with her ability to bring complex characters to life. Known for her sharp wit, emotional depth, and commanding presence, Maggie became a cultural icon whose work transcended the boundaries of theater, film, and television. She was admired not only for her extraordinary talent, but also for the authenticity and humanity she brought to every role. Her early career was rooted in the British theater scene, where she quickly rose to prominence with her performances in Shakespearean productions. However, it was her film work that brought her international fame. Maggie earned her first Academy Award for Best Actress in 1969 for her role in The Prime of Miss Jean Brodie. Her portrayal of an eccentric and unorthodox teacher showcased her remarkable ability to balance humor and pathos, qualities that would become hallmarks of her acting style. Throughout the 1970s and 1980s, she continued to shine in both comedic and dramatic roles, winning a second Oscar for her performance in California Suite, 1978. Later in her career, Maggie introduced herself to a new generation of fans through her iconic television and film roles. As the Dowager Countess Violet Crawley in Downton Abbey, she delivered scene-stealing performances full of biting wit and wisdom. Her character's sharp tone and no-nonsense demeanor became a favorite among viewers, earning her multiple awards and critical acclaim. Similarly, Maggie endeared herself to fans of the Harry Potter franchise with her portrayal of Professor Minerva McGonagall. As the wise, strong, and fiercely protective head of Gryffindor House, she became one of the series' most beloved characters. These roles solidified her place as a beloved figure across multiple generations. Maggie Smith's impact extended beyond her work on screen and stage. Over the years, she quietly supported various causes related to social justice and equality. Though she was known for being private about her personal life, her public support for the LGBTQ+ community did not go unnoticed. Maggie used her influence to advocate for greater acceptance and visibility for LGBTQ+ individuals, particularly in the arts. Her friendships with openly gay colleagues and her vocal support for inclusive storytelling in film and theater made her an ally and inspiration for many in the Pride community. Throughout her life, Maggie remained a humble artist dedicated to her craft. Despite her international fame, she often spoke modestly about her achievements, focusing instead on the importance of storytelling and the power of empathy in performance. Her humility, combined with her unparalleled talent, earned her the respect and admiration of audiences and peers alike. On September 27, 2024, Maggie Smith passed away at the age of 89. Her death marked the end of an era, but her legacy lives on through the unforgettable characters she brought to life. She left an indelible mark on the world of entertainment, inspiring actors and audiences with her dedication to truth, vulnerability, and wit. Maggie Smith will forever be remembered as a legend whose work continues to resonate with fans around the world. Cecilia Gentili, born on May 21, 1972, in Argentina, lived a life defined by courage, resilience, and an unwavering commitment to advocacy. Growing up as a transgender woman in a conservative society, Cecilia faced numerous hardships, including discrimination and exclusion. Yet, rather than allowing those challenges to limit her, she used her experiences as a catalyst to fight for justice and equality. In her 20s, Cecilia moved to the United States, seeking a place where she could live more authentically. Settling in New York City, she found both a community and a platform to champion the rights of marginalized individuals. Cecilia quickly became a powerful advocate for transgender rights, focusing particularly on the needs of transgender women of color and sex workers. She recognized that many trans individuals faced overlapping forms of oppression, including homelessness, lack of healthcare, and legal discrimination. Determined to create meaningful change, she founded Transgender Equity Consulting, an organization dedicated to promoting policies that address these inequities. Through her consulting work, Cecilia partnered with government agencies, healthcare providers, and advocacy groups to ensure that trans voices were heard and respected in policy-making decisions. Her activism was rooted in lived experience, which gave her a deep understanding of the issues affecting the community. Cecilia was known for her directness, empathy, and fierce determination. Whether lobbying for better access to healthcare or providing support to those in crisis, she was a tireless champion for those who were often forgotten or silenced. Her work helped shape a more inclusive system, particularly in New York City, where she was a respected leader and mentor. Cecilia's presence wasn't limited to activism. She also made a significant impact in the media. She appeared on the groundbreaking TV series Pose, a show that spotlighted the struggles and triumphs of LGBTQ+ individuals during the height of the AIDS crisis. On Pose, Cecilia played the character Miss Orlando, a role that mirrored much of her own life. Through her portrayal, she brought authenticity and emotional depth to the screen, embodying themes of resilience, survival, and pride. Her work on the show resonated with audiences, particularly those who saw their own experiences reflected in the stories being told. Cecilia's influence extended far beyond her on-screen performance. She used her visibility to continue advocating for systemic change, speaking publicly about the intersections of race, gender identity, and economic inequality. She encouraged trans people to take pride in their identities and to demand the respect and dignity they deserved. Her voice became a beacon of hope for many, particularly young transgender individuals seeking role models. On February 6, 2024, Cecilia Gentili passed away at the age of 51. Her death was a profound loss for the LGBTQ+ community and the countless people whose lives she had touched. Tributes poured in from activists, politicians, and fans, all honoring her as a transformative figure in the fight for equality. Her legacy lives on through the policies she helped shape, the lives she uplifted, and the stories she told. Cecilia Gentili will forever be remembered as a fierce advocate whose work continues to inspire generations of activists and artists. Shannen Doherty, born on April 12, 1971, in Memphis, Tennessee, was a captivating actress whose talent, resilience, and authenticity left a lasting impact on both the entertainment industry and her fans. From a young age, Shannen displayed a passion for performance. Encouraged by her family, she began acting in local plays before landing her first television role at just 11 years old on Father Murphy. By her teenage years, Shannen had already begun carving out a name for herself in Hollywood, but her greatest successes were still ahead of her. In 1990, Shannen became a household name with her breakout role as Brenda Walsh on Beverly Hills, 90,210. The show, centered around the lives of affluent high school students in Beverly Hills, was a massive success and turned Shannen into a pop culture icon. Her portrayal of Brenda, a strong-willed and emotionally complex teenager, resonated with audiences. Fans either loved or hated the character, but one thing was certain: Shannen's presence on screen was unforgettable. Her performance earned critical acclaim and solidified her status as one of the defining stars of the 90s. After leaving 90,210, Shannen continued her career with various film and TV roles before landing another iconic role in 1998 as Prue Halliwell on the Supernatural series Charmed. Playing the eldest sister of a trio of witches, Shannen brought strength, vulnerability, and heart to the role. Charmed became a beloved hit, especially within the LGBTQ+ community, which embraced the show's themes of family, identity, and empowerment. Once again, Shannen's compelling performances kept viewers hooked and further cemented her status as a television legend. However, Shannen's greatest show of strength came off-screen. In 2015, she was diagnosed with breast cancer, a battle that she chose to share publicly. With grace and raw honesty, she documented her journey through social media and interviews, providing hope and comfort to others facing similar struggles. Shannen's openness about her fears, treatments, and the impact cancer had on her life inspired countless people around the world. She became an advocate for early detection and cancer awareness, using her platform to encourage others to seek medical care and cherish their health. Throughout her fight, Shannen demonstrated incredible courage and resilience. Despite the physical and emotional toll of her illness, she continued working, appearing in TV projects and reconnecting with fans through heartfelt messages. Her refusal to give up, even as her cancer metastasized, made her a symbol of strength and perseverance. Fans admired her for not only her acting talent, but also for her bravery in the face of adversity. On July 13, 2024, Shannen Doherty passed away at the age of 53 after a long battle with cancer. The news of her death deeply saddened millions, with tributes pouring in from former co-stars, fans, and fellow survivors. Many reflected on how she had touched their lives through both her iconic roles and her candid advocacy. Shannen's legacy is one of empowerment, courage, and compassion. She will forever be remembered as a fighter who inspired others to face their challenges head-on, and as an actress who left an indelible mark on television history. Tony Slattery, born on November 9, 1959, in Stonebridge, London, was a comedy genius known for his sharp wit, quick thinking, and unmatched improvisational talent. From an early age, Tony exhibited a flair for humor, captivating friends and family with his ability to make people laugh. His early success in academia, where he attended Cambridge University, led to his involvement with the prestigious Cambridge Footlights, a comedy troupe that launched the careers of many British comedy legends. It was clear from the beginning that Tony had a rare talent for spontaneous, off-the-cuff humor. Tony rose to prominence in the late 1980s and early 1990s as a regular on the hit improvisational comedy show Whose Line Is It Anyway? His brilliant performances on the show showcased his incredible comedic instincts, as he effortlessly delivered hilarious lines and skits with impeccable timing. Audiences were drawn to his energy, charm, and unpredictability. He became a beloved figure in British television, with appearances in sitcoms, films, and theater productions further cementing his reputation as one of the most talented comedians of his generation. As one of the few openly gay comedians in the entertainment industry during the 1980s and 90s, Tony Slattery broke barriers for LGBTQ+ representation in comedy. His visibility was significant at a time when societal attitudes towards LGBTQ+ individuals were still evolving. Tony's openness about his sexuality, coupled with his success in the entertainment industry, offered hope and inspiration to many LGBTQ+ individuals who faced discrimination. While Tony didn't always emphasize his identity in his work, his very presence as an openly gay man in comedy helped to normalize LGBTQ+ visibility on mainstream platforms. Despite his success, Tony faced significant personal struggles, particularly with his mental health. Throughout much of his life, he battled severe depression and bipolar disorder, compounded by addiction issues. The pressures of fame and unresolved trauma weighed heavily on him, leading to a period of withdrawal from the spotlight in the late 1990s. In later years, Tony courageously opened up about these challenges in interviews and documentaries, hoping to raise awareness about mental health issues. His vulnerability in sharing his experiences resonated with audiences, especially those who had experienced similar struggles. By being candid about his pain and recovery efforts, Tony helped reduce the stigma surrounding mental illness and inspired others to seek help. In his later years, Tony made a gradual return to the public eye, participating in comedy specials, interviews, and theater productions. Fans welcomed him back with open arms, celebrating his resilience and continued dedication to his craft. His story became one of survival, humor, and hope, as he reminded audiences of the healing power of comedy even amidst life's darkest moments. On January 14, 2025, Tony Slattery passed away at the age of 65 after suffering a heart attack. His passing left a profound void in the comedy world, with tributes pouring in from fellow comedians, fans, and mental health advocates. Tony's legacy is one of laughter, courage, and authenticity. He will be remembered not only for his comedic brilliance, but also for his openness about his struggles, which helped countless others feel less alone. His contributions to both comedy and LGBTQ+ visibility remain a lasting inspiration. Paul O'Grady, born on June 14, 1955, in Birkenhead, England, was a beloved entertainer who used humor, empathy, and activism to make a profound impact on both British culture and the LGBT+ community. Known to millions through his alter ego Lily Savage, Paul was a trailblazer who redefined drag performance and comedy. With Lily's razor-sharp wit, flamboyant style, and biting social commentary, Paul became a household name, captivating audiences with his fearless humor and ability to confront taboo topics with laughter. Lily Savage emerged in the 1980s, performing in gay clubs and eventually breaking into mainstream television and theater. Inspired by the fierce, no-nonsense women Paul encountered during his upbringing, Lily Savage was bold, outrageous, and unapologetically herself. Her performances challenged traditional ideas of gender and entertainment, bringing queer culture to a wider audience at a time when it was often marginalized. With her signature catchphrases and hilarious anecdotes, Lily became a cultural icon, paving the way for greater visibility and acceptance of LGBTQ+ entertainers in the UK. Paul's success as Lily Savage coincided with the height of the AIDS crisis, a time of fear and devastation for the LGBTQ+ community. Recognizing the need for solidarity and support, Paul used his platform to raise awareness and funds for AIDS charities. He performed at countless benefits and spoke out about the importance of education and compassion. His activism helped to challenge the stigma surrounding the disease, offering both humor and hope during one of the darkest periods in LGBTQ+ history. His tireless work earned him the respect and admiration of activists and audiences alike. As his career evolved, Paul transitioned into mainstream television, where he continued to charm audiences with his warmth and authenticity. He became the host of The Paul O'Grady Show, a daytime talk show that combined humor, celebrity interviews, and heartwarming segments. Paul's genuine connection with guests and viewers made the show a massive success. He also hosted other popular programs such as Paul O'Grady, For the Love of Dogs, which showcased his deep compassion for animals and earned him a devoted fan base. Despite his fame, Paul remained grounded and committed to his principles. He was an outspoken advocate for LGBTQ+ rights, regularly using his platform to support causes related to equality, mental health, and animal welfare. His openness about his own life experiences, such as growing up gay in a working-class environment, resonated with many fans, particularly those from similar backgrounds. Paul's ability to balance humor with empathy made him a rare and cherished figure in entertainment. On March 28, 2023, Paul O'Grady passed away suddenly at the age of 67 due to cardiac arrest. His death was met with an outpouring of grief from across the world. Fans, friends, and colleagues paid tribute to his legacy, celebrating his contributions to entertainment, activism, and LGBTQ+ visibility. Paul O'Grady's life was one of joy, resilience, and advocacy. Through both Lily Savage and his authentic self, he brought laughter, hope, and understanding to countless lives. His impact will endure as a beacon of courage, kindness, and love.